Jazz age living, old fashioned sipping. Pizzazz ain't missing, got the fat cats kissing. Let's bring the old age back. Awake everyone from his nap, we bringing the old age.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens out there. Welcome back to Sunday Punch Sports. Coming to you, well, not live, but we only do it in one take. So I kind of pretend like it's always live, Adam.
I always pretend like there's a live studio audience. So it doesn't seem as weird.
Hundreds of fans, just no laugh track. They're all just silent.
Yeah, when was the last good laugh track, by the way? Was it Seinfeld, and is the answer only Seinfeld?
I was thinking about this the other day. I was looking
You were thinking about
no,
laugh
I was
tracks?
thinking about laugh tracks. I was. And I was trying to identify if they were using the same one for every episode. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell. It's a cacophony of sound, but I think Seinfeld's the last good laugh track. And nothing else really uses it these days.
Nobody. And it's a good thing. What episode are we on?
This is episode 18.
Ooh.
18.
Love that number.
So a cold, sunny day here in Chicago. Is that your favorite number?
Love that number.
As long as it keeps going up and we don't get canceled, that's all I care about.
You know, each number really has a symbol attached to it. And that symbol is legality for 18. So we're just cheersing, as always, drinking some fancy little wine, a clear, sparkly wine. I'm not going to do any more pronunciations. We got in trouble last night. I kept pronouncing, it's supposed to be Veuve Clicquot, and I kept saying Veuve.
Veuve click it.
I kept calling it Veuve click it, and I thought it sounded good.
But we learned, and we're more cultured because of it, which is great. So welcome to episode 18, everybody. We got a lot of stuff to cover today.
Ooh, speaking of 18, can I interrupt?
Oh, no, please.
Okay. So I was looking at our stats, and you talked about an inflection point. And so we've gone from 600 to around 1,100 people on Instagram now. So I looked at our stats. I want to, kind of start catering some content.
Sense. Yeah.
So I would say 1/3, maybe 40% of our audience is within 16 to 18 years old.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The majority
and 80% of them are male.
The majority of our subscribers are between 16 and 18.
Not the majority, around 40%.
40%. So the plurality.
Yeah. So what I wanted to cater to them is, 16 to 18, 18 legality on this theme. Sean, explain again. You did it in the first episode, but we've gained followers. How do you buy a gun in Chicago? I mean, they're going to be approaching. Sean, how does a 18-year-old buy a firearm in Chicago? Here comes the sweat.
I want to be clear. I'm now sweating once more. I'm not advocating for or against the purchase of a firearm, but
I am. You should buy one.
Regarding the legality, there's a couple interesting things about the city of Chicago versus Cook County. And in an effort to curb gun violence, it is illegal to own a long arm rifle. This is like your AR-15, your hunting rifles, these kinds of things. But a handgun can be purchased and owned after you have registered and received your FOID card. Is that right?
FOID card, I think, is what you said last time.
Firearm
and
owner.
And you can get a gun
Illinois,
at 18 years old in Chicago.
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
I believe that's correct.
So just apply, get your FOID card.
Might be 21. I'll double check.
Yeah.
FOID card criteria.
So you hear this, kids.
21.
It's 21?
You gotta be 21.
Never mind.
I'll
start thinking about it.
Catered content. So here are the requirements. Must not be prohibited from possessing firearms in accordance with state or federal law. Requires the applicant has not been convicted of a felony, 21 years old, or have a parent, guardian, sponsor if younger.
Oh, okay. So just that'll be an easy discussion.
Right. Hey Dad,
Mom.
I'm 18. Listen to Sunday Punch. Figured out it's time.
I want a gun. They told me to buy a gun.
Not gonna work well.
We'll get into how we're gonna get banned later in this episode. But okay, never mind.
Start thinking about it.
When we get 40% 21-year-olds, let's revisit this.
We'll revisit it. We got time. In 3 years, we'll come back to you guys.
We'll come back to it. I actually like that, though, that it's younger skewing. Because I was thinking, you don't want guys like us following because they don't have any sphere of influence. 16-year-olds, dude,
be up and coming
in high school. They all they do is talk about nonsense all the time.
And make TikTok
And that's
videos.
basically what we do.
That's what we do every week.
So the word, I think that's what's happening. It's
spreading
spreading
that way.
Anyway, buy a gun.
Glad to have you guys.
What we're gonna get? What
Are the
we're gonna
remaining
talk about?
60% like our buddies? Who else is listening to us?
Yeah, 10% is Chris Hull, 10% is Travis Howard.
3% are the FBI.
Yeah, hey man, it might be true. We're already getting in trouble with Native Americans and whoever else wants to come after us.
Do you want to unpack that?
Deleting my comments on Instagram. Some people. We'll talk
We're
about
gonna
that
get into all
later.
this.
Yeah, I think we're right. Sean, bring me back.
So that's the
Bring
preview
me
for our
back
episode.
in.
Preview for episode. But starting off, there's been a lot of conversation between our friend group and on the media about major players arrested in big games.
Yes, I did want to get into this because I sat down, I had my Vuv Click It in hand, and I was ready to watch a Brooklyn Nets primetime game. I think that was Monday night, and I think they were playing Phoenix, so it's not like crazy, but it was on TV. This is my point. And both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving sat out.
Load management.
Yeah, I don't agree with load management, and I don't agree with. Actually, you can do your load management. Make sure it's not on primetime TV when the rest of the population gets to watch. Not everyone knows how to pirate the videos like I do. But when it's on primetime and you're listening to Charles Barkley and Shaq and them going back and forth, that's entertaining. You get to the game. You want the marquee stars in the game. So I don't know. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and I don't want to go full conspiracy theory, but they probably think in their mind, hey, wouldn't it be better to sit out primetime games? Because that's kind of sticking it to the man, or sticking it to, although I feel like they love Adam Silver, but, sticking it to the organization. We're not going to play on primetime. You don't own us.
It's interesting. I remember, at least in Florida, growing up there during the LeBron years, the Dwight Howard years, the Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat playing, I wouldn't go to games frequently. They're very expensive. It was like when my family said, hey, let's do this every couple of years.
Yeah.
But you went to see LeBron play. You went to see Dwayne Wade. You went to see Dwight Howard play and to watch, who was it, Redick, just drain threes at a distance. So those are just fun teams to watch, but you went to see the stars. And it's an interesting paradox to me that the marquee players want to be making more and more money. Who doesn't? Yeah. And so much of the money that
perfectly
funnels
fine.
to
You
the
should
NBA,
make more, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. And so much of the money that funnels to the NBA is through these television licensure agreements to share the content and to share the games. But then they don't play. And if you don't have fans in the stands to come watch the game, and you want to make money through the television, and then you don't play, how are these guys expecting to get bigger and bigger contracts?
I don't think they understand the business of it. In their minds, they're like, oh, we're sticking it. No, you're really sticking it to yourself.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to if you're not bringing in the bucks, then the salary cap will probably be.
Oh,
this is in other sports, but the NFL does it all the time. You get less money.
Yeah.
They did it. They just did it. They're they gave $5 million more, but they're coronavirus. The salary cap has gone down. That's what it is.
It is what it is.
Adjust.
It's market forces at work, and if you can't understand that, it's just hard to really justify supporting your position. Social causes aside, which are completely justified, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't even think.
And then we don't get to watch them, Adam. Then we don't get to watch them.
The purpose
Come
is,
on. I want to disconnect and watch sports.
Their point would be wouldn't you rather watch us in the playoffs than
watch it all year?
Yeah, Jordan didn't take games off. I keep going back to Jordan. Can you actually grab the Vuv? I mean, not the Vuv. I hope Hannah's just steaming right now, listening. The Vuv. Oh, look at me. But I keep going back to Jordan, dude. He played every game. He gave the people what they want, which is to see the superstars play. Look, me and Kyrie have our issues. But I do enjoy watching the man play basketball. I'd like to watch you more. And the only times I get to do that is when you're on TNT, because the rest of the time I'm pirating Bulls games.
Arguably the best handles the game has now and potentially has ever seen. It's just frustrating to be a fan of the sport, to be asked to support the sport, and then to watch the players not play. So who's doing it? Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving,
Kawhi does it a lot.
Anthony Davis.
No, Anthony
No,
Davis.
he's hurt.
Actually,
He's hurt.
Anthony Davis, yeah, they just ruled him out for 4 weeks.
You were sharing with me that statistically speaking, LA's better with him not playing.
Interesting enough. I think, do I even have that stat? No, but yeah, it's like they average a little bit more points without him. And the shocking stat was they average like 2 more blocks a game without him in.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. And this is my problem with like some of these analytical guys. It's like, yeah, on a spreadsheet, I get it. But when you watch the games and he's altering the shots, that doesn't get added into the Excel, right?
Yeah, there's more to know here. And I wonder what the like points surrendered for the other team is. I mean,
No, that's it. So they actually, I think it's across the board, but if not, it's like within 0.5 points. The points that they give up is like when he's off the court, there's no difference. And they get more blocks and they score more.
Isn't that wild? Yet no team in the NBA would say, I'm not playing a healthy Anthony Davis.
Right.
No matter what numbers you show them.
Well, Charles Barkley just got in some heat because he chose Jordan Clarkson over Anthony Davis in the All-Star game.
Why?
You don't even know who Jordan Clarkson is, do you?
I just find it absurd that he was chosen over Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I guess he had a point of, look, this isn't a lifetime achievement award. It's like, what are you doing for me lately? And he just thinks, but I mean, Anthony Davis is averaging 22.3 and 8 rebounds a game. 22.3 points, obviously. So, I mean, he's comparing Anthony Davis to Anthony Davis, right? Anybody else who had those numbers, you'd be like, oh, that's an all-star.
Yeah, put him in.
Yeah. And I'm like, to be honest, that's probably like what Jordan Clarkson. And he's just like, who knows if they tell these people to say outrageous shit so that Twitter then goes insane.
The views, the inflection point.
But I don't think Charles Barkley gives a fuck, so he does that by himself. You don't have to tell Charles Barkley to do anything.
Just riff randomly as it is.
Ernie, Anthony Davis should retire.
Oh, hold on.
Twitter, Inception level.
Tweet storm. But LeBron's not really doing a lot of sitting right now, is he?
No, LeBron's playing.
LeBron's playing.
Yeah, LeBron's pulling up from the logo, dude. Logo LeBron.
Yeah, airballing it.
Yeah, airball logo.
It was funny. I saw him like shoot that and just hang the swan deck of his wrist like this is on target. And then it falls 12 inches short.
I can't fuck with him too much on that because like we've all reached that point of confidence in our lives at some point where you overreach and you're like, oh wait, I'm not.
It's a
god.
good check.
I'm not a god.
It's a good gut check.
Yeah,
for him.
right. Me personally, it's like, you go through a week or 2 weeks and it seems like every girl is attracted to you. And then I approach one in a Miami bar and she looks at me like I have like 19 heads. She's like, oh my God, freak, get away from me. It brings me down. It's good.
Resets you. Humbles us all.
Humbles us all. Humble. Ego is the enemy. Everyone knows it.
You know who's not doing any load management right now are the Chicago Bulls.
Well,
it is full steam ahead.
I like the Chicago Bulls. As you know, I've been watching every single Chicago Bulls game and trying to get you on. You're focused on productivity, Sean.
I know.
You should be focused on wasting your time watching the Chicago Bulls. But they look good, and well, the load management for them would be everybody's injured. Lauri Markkanen's not playing. Otto Porter Jr. has played 45 games in his Bulls tenure. And with his contract, that equals $3.5 million per victory. Congratulations, Otto. Where'd you learn that fleece? At Georgetown?
That is unreal that he's able to pull that.
Unless they're doing like a Blake Griffin with him and they're like, wait a second. We don't want you to get injured again because you suck. So just sit out. We're going to try and work a deal out.
This is worth the burn for us right now.
What do you think about that? All the players get angry about that, but for me, it's a business decision. If your organization has, like for Blake Griffin, let's say, or Otto Porter on the Bulls, if your organization has decided, we're going to move on from you, I think it's completely within their rights to say, you're not playing and we're not going to play you. because if you get injured, you're worth nothing. So we want to trade you.
Yeah.
The players get angry about that.
And this is going to sound a little bit dehumanizing, and I don't think it's not meant to, but from a team's perspective, these players are assets.
Yeah.
And if you devalue your assets by putting them on a court when they're not ready to run, you're going to end up with lower value of that. And if your goal is to win with the best players available on the slimmest budget possible, which is the goal of these teams, I mean, it doesn't make sense to devalue your assets through putting them on the court when they're not ready.
No, I completely agree. And,
that's why
it works the other way too, by the way. Like if a player refuses, like Deshaun Watson, God, I'm jumping around, but Deshaun Watson, like, I'm not playing for you, right? Well, you're under contract.
Right.
Well, I don't give a fuck. I
gonna
love
go
guys like that, by the way. Your money means nothing.
It doesn't matter to me, right?
So it works the other way. I think, hey, if you got the leverage, fucking work it. Player, organization, manager, head coach, ownership, whatever it is, if you have the leverage, fucking go with it, dude.
That's why you sign a contract and not like for a business, not like sign onto like an email listserv for like a club.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not how it works.
Exactly. I did want to get back to the Bulls. Okay, so the Chicago Bulls are 12-16. I've been watching all their games. They look almost there. And what I mean about that is Billy, obviously first year, I think he's got them working together. There's no dissension like there was with Boylan. And Zach LaVine is on a fucking tear. Should be an all-star starter. Zach LaVine, I'm clipping this. Zach LaVine should be an all-star starter, and it's a shame and a travesty that he's not. And I'll tell you why he's not, because the fans get a say and nobody watches the Bulls. Let's put in LeBron and Kevin Durant because we know who they are. Kevin Durant's played like 10 games this season.
It'll be interesting for me if so LeBron and KD are the captains this year of the All-Star game.
They chose. You want to go through the lineups?
Well, let's do it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
But as
you're pulling it up, I just want to get on the Bulls for a quick second. So they look real. They look probably 2 years away. God, dude, I've joined all of these Facebook groups with the Bulls. I gotta say, and my apologies to any Bulls fans that are part of these groups if you are the person I'm talking about. These are some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my entire life.
The players?
No. The fans.
Oh, the fans. I'm sorry.
I mean, dude, I don't know. Again, I'm so lost in the conspiracies and everything else. I don't know whether they're doing it just to fuck with me. I don't know if I'm getting like troll inceptions right now. But like a comment like we should trade Kobe White for Lonzo Ball is a fucking outrageous comment and makes me angry every time.
The incremental up or down you're getting for that trade, and that's going to be a subjective decision, just makes no sense. What you're building here is cohesion. I mean, look at The Last Dance and what Jordan did to like bring that team together with a singular focus, hard as it may have been with those people and the coach they had. I mean, swapping players in and out like interchangeable parts just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's like it goes back to the thing, like, you know, I think like guys like us or Chris or Travis actually probably could be a GM of a basketball team.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
I think we're smart enough.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
But the rest of the fans that think this, right? Oh, like, oh my God, like, what are they doing, right? These people could never be a G. I mean, a fucking like reaction like that,
yeah.
Like, oh, Kobe White missed 8 shots against the who are they playing? I forget. The Pistons.
Yeah.
He missed 8 shots against the Pistons. Trade him for Lonzo Ball. Oh, is Lonzo Ball heating it up from downtown? Did I miss that? Did I miss the memo where Lonzo Ball is now a 3-point shooter?
It's you have to like stay the course. You have to trust in the guys that you've built, and you have to give them time. That's why, like, your 2-year argument. Like, you got to let these guys build. I mean, it's a new coach this year.
It's a new coach. I mean, it's a new culture.
It's a new culture.
Kobe White is in his 2nd year.
COVID's going on.
This is his first. Yeah, they didn't get a training camp. This is his first time starting, and fucking 30 games in the season. You want to fucking blow it up?
Start swapping people. I don't think it makes sense. The
Zach
mob.
LaVine, Kobe White. Fuck, if you want to trade Lauri Markkanen, go ahead. Because Garrett Temple's in, and I gotta say, he's doing a better job. Sorry, Lauri, but you're not worth the money. If you want to fucking trade, now he's worthless because he's fucking damaged goods, but you want to trade somebody, get Lauri Markkanen the fuck out of here.
Bring this back to the Bulls for me, but I do wonder if, the Twitter sphere, social media, et cetera, the ability to comment on, whatever Stephen A. Smith says, it's created this kind of mob mentality around sports. How much do you think how loud is that volume in the ear of a GM, of a head coach, these kinds of things?
I hope it's
nothing.
It's
super low. I hope it's
low, but fuck, dude. The Philadelphia 76ers GM, this was 2 years ago, got caught with a burner Twitter account defending himself. What is wrong with these people?
Yeah. So you have to start engineering solutions that are dishonest to boost yourself up. Yeah.
Bro.
Unreal.
You, me, Chris, Travis, we'd never do that.
Never.
We would never.
Make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. You know how fucking insecure, dude. You make millions of dollars. You run an NBA team.
How do you get to that level and not have the confidence to say this is what I'm going to do?
How do you get to that level and not have the confidence to go to an interview with fucking confidence, get the fucking job, run an organization, make fucking $1 million deals on your iPhone, Lil Wayne style,
right?
And then, oh no. Roaring Kitty said that I'm not a good GM. Let me create a fake burner. Dude, that's why you deserve to get fired. You wasted precious time when you could have been wheeling and dealing players to go on Twitter, type in the email, get the confirmation,
the access
click
code.
Yes, the access code. Do you want a profile picture? Sure. All of that time could have been spent dealing Ben Simmons, who can't fucking shoot a three.
It's it's one of those things where,
oh man, and what are we, 20 minutes in? Look at those levels,
God,
dude.
you're getting high. The amplitude's high. Crank him down, Bri.
Our editor, you're gonna have a fucking wild one today.
Drive it down. The power of these social media sites is in their mass, right? Enough people saying enough about in a singular direction, or at least a general direction, to actually move the needle or influence a decision. And what I want to say about that is, how does that GM think to himself, what's going to really reverse the role here? My one extra Twitter account. Is he gonna turn the ship, turn the Titanic?
That's what's the most insane.
And then the question becomes, then why even risk it? What's the point?
Because
get on TV, say what you want to say.
Because people have a devastating need to destroy themselves.
Well, we can get into that.
Yeah, that dude. I watched Annihilation the other night.
Great movie
with Natalie Portman.
Great movie, great actress.
The whole point of the movie is that people need to destroy themselves in the long run.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah, it's about self-destruction.
It's a cool movie.
Yeah, it's about, look, you gain everything and you can't help yourself. You have to roll the dice, right?
On the next decision.
You're this is about overreaching with confidence, right? LeBron from the low.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron doesn't need to take that shot.
Ever.
But he needs to do it because he needs to destroy himself in a little bit. I'm not saying overall.
There's an incremental hit there.
Yeah, so there's an incremental hit, right? There was no need for it. He's the best. So human nature is to overreach to eventually destroy yourself. And that's a line in the movie.
But best case scenario.
They're we don't need, one of the scientists was oh, well, the plague or whatever was fucking coming in on him.
Creeping.
They're one of the scientists is well, I mean, yeah, that's devastating, but humans don't need anything to destroy themselves. They do it all the time.
We'll do it all the time.
Yeah. Great line. Should watch Annihilation. It came out in 2012.
Great
really
movie.
bringing back the references here. Natalie Portman, super, super hot. Probably my number one celebrity crush, Natalie Portman.
She's been in some
speak
awesome
9 languages, by the way.
She can?
To be honest, never mind. I take it back. She'd be too much for me. She'd be too intimidating. Here's my girlfriend. She's way smarter than me, and she speaks 9 languages, and she's a famous actress and everything else. But what do? I have a sports podcast where I talk about Natalie, where I talk about my wife.
But best case scenario, you make the half-court shot that works out. Roll the dice.
That's kind of the intersection.
That's the wedge
of that takes you to kind of like godlike status for him. Whereas not the one shot. I meant a culmination, you know? It's like decisions like that are because he wants to get to the highest shelf, the highest liquor shelf. What's up there? You can't. Don't even think about it, dude.
It is kind of funny that, and we'll get back to the Bulls eventually, but how
we were talking about the Bulls.
Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen, both in those initial Star Wars movies. Natalie Portman ends up being an amazing actress. Has gone on to
Christian. Who's that?
He's the guy who played like young Vader.
Oh,
like in episode
got it,
2 and 3.
Got it.
And Hayden turns
full
out
nerd here.
Hayden turns out can't act for crap. Natalie springboards into V for Vendetta, Annihilation, the Chanel perfume model. She's all over Chicago. We're back to Chicago.
I mean, what were we talking about, dude? I went off on this Annihilation.
We wanted to pull up the starting lineup for the NBA All-Star game.
Okay, let's do that. Actually, before we do that, let's end the Bulls thread.
Wrap it.
Dude, I wanted to get a doctor's opinion hosted, Sunday Punch podcast hosted by a doctor and a degenerate. I wanted to get a doctor's I'm lost. I wanted to get a doctor's opinion on Wendell Carter, dude. Was supposed to be out until late February. They put in some of that rich plasma.
PRP.
What's that called?
Platelet-rich plasma.
Oh, yes. And dude, he was back Monday night.
So this is an interesting. I'm not an orthopedist. I have a very minimal orthopedic training. I thought I was going to be an orthopedist for a hot minute there in med school.
What happened?
Rotated through a little bit. We can get into my career trajectory anytime, but I found that in orthopedic surgery, there was the kind of your day to day was fixing problems. Like this is the X-ray, this is the MRI. Like engineer the procedure, fix it. Medicine for me was about solving problems. And that was just much more cognitively appealing to me, and I found a difference there.
Okay.
So
the way you're explaining it reminds me of Meet the Parents when they're like, when he's explaining why he's a nurse.
Right.
Where you get kind of locked in, or nursing allows you a full range of, okay. They just move on.
They blow them off.
Yeah.
So with minimal orthopedic training, platelet-rich plasma is kind of this mix of your platelets in your plasma or from a donor, but usually from your own. So there's not a transfusion reaction injected into a joint. The idea being that it's going to increase what we call extracellular matrix, which is kind of like the buffering structure around your actual cells in the joint. It's going to be anti-inflammatory, and it's in some way going to help augment or accelerate healing and structural recovery. The problem is that you get these situations like in the NBA, athletes who take these injections and they go, world-changing difference. I'm back on the court. I feel good. But the data,
not world-changing.
The data is very, very mixed in the orthopedic world. Mm-hmm. There's some data of a potential benefit for tennis elbow, lateral epicondylitis, tennis elbow.
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
I used to play tennis. Yeah.
Still do. We still knock that.
Summertime.
Summertime move for us.
Yeah.
But for these larger joints, the data is very controversial. There's no proven signal benefit here. So he had a response. That's great, but not a lot to it.
Okay. So the data's not there.
It's a cool idea.
The data's not there.
Also, you should know, just kind of for fun, sometimes we inject the pulverized rooster crest into joints. It's a thing.
What?
Yeah.
Explain.
There's this snake oil opinion that you pulverize. I mean, I'm sure that we can get an orthopedist on who can correct all this, but you can pulverize
Do
rooster crest.
Do we know any orthopedists?
We'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can find some.
Fantastic.
And you pulverize it, put it in some solution, you inject that into a joint, and that makes difference. I don't really see it. I see a lot of patients who go, yeah, it didn't do shit for me. But it sounds cool.
What about deer antlers, dude? Because that's what Ray Lewis got in trouble for.
Well, but Adrian Peterson kind of not really.
Adrian Peterson got caught with that shit too?
He I think at some point there was wonder if he had.
I mean, he is 35.
That's just it.
Still running around.
So I think
by the way, a very quick sidebar.
Take as long as you want.
LeBron James does steroids. Moving on.
Chris, we'll get your rebuttal when we do the LeBron episode.
He does. Look it up.
It's coming.
Okay, type in LeBron James steroids, go to the news, and click on the filter for most recent. It's been proven.
Really?
Yes. We'll get into this in the LeBron episode.
I can't wait for this.
The keynote is already finalized, dude. Chris, you better bring your fucking A game.
You gotta be ready, Chris.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So where was I? Lost track of myself.
No, rooster, deer antler.
Oh, deer antler spray. I don't know the data behind that at all. I can tell you it is not really advocated for from what I know about in the orthopedic community. But I can get a sports medicine expert on next time. We can get some information on that.
Well,
that'd be a good episode, actually.
That would be a great episode. Speaking of guests, we have next week we're in Texas. We're with our buddy Matt Jones, Mikey Mike, and the Funky Bunch.
Mikey Mike.
We might get banned after that episode. I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of want. Speaking of guns, I want to get Matt to take out his guns and get on camera.
Really?
Yeah, I want to start firing guns.
You think that'll go well for him and us? No,
maybe.
It's the answer.
Why? You shoot it out into the fucking randomness.
Yeah, but then it's not. You can't just discharge weapons into other people's property.
But you're not. You shoot it into the sky. Who cares where it lands? What? I can't shoot it into the lake?
I don't know.
What do I kill a bass?
I don't know.
Who cares?
The rules on that.
We have dinner.
Well, with luck, you do. And then we get something to eat out of it.
There you go.
Ammo's expensive these days. But yeah, we're going to get down there to Texas, which will be great because we can do finally some real on-site journalism as to what's going on with the grid, what's going on down there.
Dude, what's going on with Texas?
You got all these liberal and conservative opinions.
On,
I want natural gas. Give me a turbine.
Let's get Al Gore on.
That would be the pièce de résistance.
Yeah. Guys, I'm super serial. Man bear pig's a thing.
My parents took me to see in downtown Palm Beach the An Inconvenient Truth when it came out. I was wowed by that.
Never saw it.
I
wouldn't
really
be
liked
opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it.
I really liked it. I'm not sure if you still do anything on that. I feel like John Kerry kind of took the torch from him on this with the Paris Accords and stuff. But we don't want to get derailed. Let's get back to sports.
Yeah.
So we'll be in Texas.
Yeah. We'll be in Texas. And then afterwards, my buddy Nat from work is he's a giant Philadelphia Flyers fan. We got to get a hockey guy.
Absolutely. We've been missing a hockey guy, especially in Chicago.
Then after that, Carlo says Carloco wants to come on. He's an internal medicine doctor.
So he's completed that and he's now subspecializing in hematology oncology. Exactly.
Yeah, so that'll be a super interesting episode. We'll get into the
Is there life
paradox?
In the universe, right? Yeah. Is there life in the universe outside of our own?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Mars landing this week.
Really?
Perseverance. Perseverance, our latest and greatest, because I'm in the space, guys. Our latest and greatest Mars rover has landed. Cool thing about this droid probe, whatever it is, it's C-3PO. We just shot it into Mars. It can run experiments on site, beam data back. How do you figure that out? That's so cool.
I don't know how anyone figures anything out.
Carloco will understand. He'll give it to us. And then, by the way,
seriously, like
Freddie Ice wants to come on.
Who's Freddie Ice? Iceberg?
No, Fred.
Fred. Who's Fred? Where'd you get Ice from?
Oh, in a different group chat, Freddie Ice.
When's he coming?
So,
oh wait, no.
We're talking about maybe March.
Sorry, Chris. My bad.
Oh, we got Chris, of course.
Yeah, Carloco's not coming on. After the Flyers fan, Chris is coming on for the LeBron episode.
Then we'll get Carloco. Then we'll get Fred.
Carloco. Then Freddie Ice.
Then we're out of friends. And then Al Gore.
No, then Kate Newman wants to come on too. Maybe she'll explain what went wrong with the live Twitter stream.
Save that. That'll be amazing. All right, back to the All-Star lineup.
Yes. That only took 20 minutes to bring that one up.
Thanks for following us on our usual adventures, guys. So from the West, Luka Doncic, Stephen Curry.
Okay, wait, stop there. I think that should have been Damian Lillard, not going to lie.
Dame, 100%.
What is this thing with Doncic, dude? Like, yeah, again, this isn't a Lifetime Achievement Award. We're not judging him off last year. Dame is the man. I think Damian Lillard may be the most disrespected.
He's super disrespected.
NBA point guard of all time.
Team loyalty.
Other than John Stockton.
Yep. Save it for Chris. So team loyalty. I'm talking about Dame Lillard. Team loyalty, talent, perseverance. His new
clutchness. Dude,
clutch.
Talk about a clutch
guy's
gene.
Ice water in the veins.
Talk about a clutch gene. Guy hits a fucking the shot in the fucking shot in the playoffs and then gets tackled by 90 people. The camera comes in
just with the mean mug.
Just like
I know, it's so good.
Yeah, I made another game winner.
It doesn't.
God, build around him, Portland.
Super disrespected. So Luka Doncic, Stephen Curry, the Voldemort himself, LeBron James.
It's a pretty good team so far.
I like the Jokic edition.
Oh, Joker. Nikola
Joker.
God, I hate that guy.
Kawhi, I kind of don't get.
My dad's out there. Look at him.
Kawhi, I haven't seen it this season.
Again,
Have you?
Dude,
I don't know.
This is all fan voting. It's all about name recognition.
I think that's exactly it.
That's the West. I mean, Zach LaVine should be in the East lineup. I don't really understand that at all. The man averages 30 points. What more do you want from him? Actually, I could be wrong on that. Let me look that up.
The fun thing is
the last couple games, he's averaged 30 points.
The fun thing about the East is that we have two guys who want to get load management and yet have been elected to play. So the fans have spoken. Play basketball. Stop doing load management.
Play, damn it.
Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal. Hey, Gator.
Again.
Shout out.
Big shout out, but we'll get to the Bradley Beal shout out. Kyrie Irving, he's played like 8 games.
I know.
Chris, back me up. Can we agree on something, Chris? Kyrie doesn't deserve to be in there.
Can I put something out there? This might be controversial before you hit LaVine, because it's going to roll into why I think LaVine should be there. I think Kyrie's there for the sage power. I don't think it's about the handles.
We're getting in trouble.
I think it's about the sage.
You think it's just because reputation and people? Yeah, that's what it is.
And
that's
sage.
What everything is. And sage. We're going to get in trouble
All
again.
Right. Zach LaVine.
By the way, I already brought that up. We got in trouble with the Native Americans. The Native Americans. It's just one conglomerate.
Took longer than I thought, actually. I'm surprised it happened.
Very true. All right, where can I find?
Thankfully,
actual
we
points?
have. Well, while you're looking that up, the good news is we have last night we had dinner.
Yeah,
and
pizza. I had pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
28.5 points a game is his average this year, which is
that's awesome.
3 points higher than last year.
That's amazing.
He should get motherfucking most improved player too.
This is Zach LaVine?
Yeah, another person on. Whoa, getting messages. Another person. What was I talking? I got a message and my whole mind went wrong.
So meanwhile,
one hot chick messages me and I'm thrown in a loop.
So meanwhile, let's take a quick look at Kyrie Irving's stats this year. So 2020-2021. Games played 21 games, 27.7 points per game.
Who are we talking about?
Kyrie.
Yeah. How many games has he actually played?
21.
That's actually more than I thought.
It's more than I thought.
Yeah.
More than I thought.
Because he had that whole period where he's
allegedly
like, I'm not ready to play.
Exactly.
I can do it, Chris.
Averaging 35 points per game. I was going to say, I want to make a quick reference. We had dinner last night. We had some pizza. And we now have a Sunday Punch attorney. She's not willing. She doesn't want to be our attorney.
She won't be our attorney, but I've already hired her. So what's she going to do?
When the checks start showing up, she can't say no. Well, she can, to be clear.
Because of the implication, she can't say no.
Right. And she's directly declined to help us on any legal issue, but we're going to go to her first with everything.
Yeah, I would love, and I am going to from now on out. I'm going to say, talk to my lawyer, motherfucker.
We won't name her just in case.
We won't name, although we've named. That was another funny part last night. She was like, "Oh, I would need to use an alias." I'm like, "Why? We've already referenced you like 100 times on the podcast."
And the eyes.
She was like, "Yeah, but you don't say my name." I'm like, "No, we said your name like 100 times, Carrie." And I just did it. Oops.
101.
I did it again.
101. But wait, can we shout out Bradley Beal now? Also a Gator. Oops. I did it again to your heart.
Okay, Bradley Beal, dude. Finally.
Congrats.
Him and Zach LaVine, underrated.
Super disrespected.
Bradley Beal, me and Sean are both Florida Gators. Dude. You want to see some numbers? You want to see some eye-popping numbers, dude, on a bad team? By the way, the NBA this year is so weird because, well, definitely in the East, but dude, you can be like 12 and 16, and you're like
You're like 3 in the conference.
Yeah, you're like, oh, we could be third ranked next week.
Right. Who's winning all these games other people are losing? Well, that's just it. I guess the top teams are winning like buku games. And so everyone's fighting for 2, 3, 4 spots with basically losing records.
Yeah, Milwaukee, dude, they're in trouble. I posted this on the Instagram the other night.
I'm behind on them. What's
I
up?
was like, the Bulls could beat Milwaukee right now.
I think they're only ranked, what, 1 above?
They just lost their 5th straight.
Yeah, they're 17 and 13. The Bulls are 12 and 16 after last
No, I
night.
just meant like not even about like rankings wise. The Bulls in a game would beat the Milwaukee Bucks right now.
When do they play next? Let me take a look.
Probably. By the way, I would like to also bring this up. Since like recently this week, every game I've watched, the Bulls have won. Then Sean watches last night, and Joel Embiid drops 50 on the Bulls.
That was an uncharacteristically good game for him. Uncharacteristically good. And of course, he like shimmies off the court like, this is what I've been the whole time.
Won the national
This is what I've been the whole time. People have been doubting me since day one. It's like, hold on, bro. Like
Bradley Beal averaging 32.8 points
awesome.
A game.
That's awesome. On the Wizards.
On the Wizards.
That's freaking awesome.
This goes back to my point. Would you rather be the fucking man or LeBron's fucking Robin sidekick?
So LeBron has an interesting effect on the people he plays with. I don't really count the.
Well, he brainwashes them.
I don't really count the experiment in Miami because Dwayne Wade was already a superstar.
Chris Bosh.
Bosh
Everyone
was
likes to
already a
forget.
superstar.
Chris Bosh was a perennial all-star.
Already a superstar, yeah, and all that stuff. So those guys weren't really like having to play this Robin role. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it wasn't the same.
Chris Bosh did. That's what I'm saying. Like Chris Bosh in Toronto was the fucking man.
He was downgraded coming to Miami.
He was the third guy
as far as his role, right? Which
so
is.
Would you rather? To me, I'd rather, and this is just pure personality type. I would rather be the man in Toronto than win a championship on the Heat.
My preference would be the man somewhere, or be on a team where like ego's out of it, and there's like 3 guys who are just like equally distributing, and it's not like LeBron plus 2. But that doesn't happen. That doesn't exist.
Yeah,
though.
No.
You got to have your guy who's going to like who's going.
Although now I think that guard is, although stats wise not so much, but I think Anthony Davis has surpassed LeBron as the best player on the Lakers.
But the team's worse with him playing.
I know.
What I would like to see is LeBron. I mean, we can't run this experiment, but have LeBron sit 20 games and let Anthony Davis be the man, and then see how much better those stats look compared to when Anthony Davis is out and LeBron's out.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
That'd
I take
be kind
back
of fun.
my entire statement.
We'd have to see that.
They would be way worse.
We'd have to see
They'd be
that.
way worse because LeBron like does so much.
Oh, his gravitational field on the court is just too much.
So never mind. I take it back, LeBron. Oh, I'm sorry. You're the best. Oh,
But wait.
If I could change the world, I would start a barbershop and drink some wine.
I've been meaning to cover this. Do you want to do an entire episode in song, like a musical episode at one point?
Well,
I don't have the voice for
I'm
it.
down.
I'll do some vocals training for that one. Anyways, moving through the roster.
I do want to do.
God,
you put it in my mind.
We need some Adderall.
Just listen.
So ADD.
Just listen to Aaron Neville, dude. Just listen to Aaron Neville, and you'll be back into that range of where you need to be.
I'll reset.
Yeah.
I got like the range of like.
Do you know who Aaron Neville is?
Before we go to someone I don't know again, I have the range of like Jimmy Buffett. Like that's like where my like highs and lows cap out.
Okay. Well,
Beach House on the Moon.
I'm Aaron Neville. You're Jimmy Buffett. God, our
Neville?
16-year-old to 18-year-olds are really gonna get this reference.
Kevin Durant, obviously.
Okay, we're making our way. Okay.
We have to cover him.
Kevin Durant. Got it.
Giannis.
Yep.
Makes sense. And then this one.
Wait, no. Giannis is in the East. Come on.
We're on the East.
Oh, you've moved on to the East.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we covered Luka, Steph, LeBron, Joker, and Kawhi for the West.
Yeah.
And then we got to
Kevin Durant.
East.
Got it.
KD, Beal, Gator, Kyrie, Giannis, Joel Embiid.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the
now
five?
the recency bias. He did just drop 50.
Recency
on the
bias.
Bulls.
Yeah, it's so true. So true. So there's
Okay.
There's
Well,
your
who
five.
else are you gonna put at the center? Seriously. Right. It's got to be Joel.
Yeah, probably.
And
So that's your lineup.
And Dame Lillard left off.
Game
He'll be
day.
a backup.
Game day is
Dame
Thursday,
Lillard,
March 4th.
backup.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
When is it? March when?
I think I actually said that wrong. So what is that?
Because Chris will be here probably.
TNT will air the 2021 All-Star Draft. That doesn't make sense.
No, it's already done, bruh.
I know. Sunday, March 7th.
Yeah,
And
Chris will be
Atlanta.
here. Chris will be here.
Love that.
No, wait, no. Chris will be here on the 11th,
Yes.
March 11th.
Nice.
And then I'm going to take off Friday. And then we'll do the LeBron episode on the 13th, and then we'll go celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
How long do you think that episode's going to be?
2 hours.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Probably like a solid 2. And that'll be the only topic of discussion. Nothing else.
It'll be the main topic of discussion. I hope it's not, because, like, before I drink heavily on St. Patrick's Day, I hope my heart doesn't have to actually take that. But that'll be a lot of fun. And I think let's just do it. I'll put the card in and we'll load it while we go out.
Walk and go get drinks.
Yeah, got it.
But by the way, with Bradley Beal, that opens up the door for a couple Florida comments we have to make. First and foremost, Tim Tebow is now available
Tebow
to play NFL football
in the NBA.
once again in the NBA. Hell, why not?
Yeah, he gave it his best shot. I don't know if he actually did. He's always like doing like 19 different things, but he tried for the MLB. I'm gonna sneeze real quick. Oh yay!
Gesundheit. 6 years, I think, right? 6 years in spring trainings and AA and AAA.
Yeah, he that life is not for most.
It's tough.
Not to mention a guy who's like famous, like he is. So, can we talk about Tim Tebow? Like, what wasted potential for Timothy Tebow? I mean, the guy was on the Denver. Everyone's going, "Oh, the guy sucks." The guy, no, he didn't. He didn't suck.
Early
okay?
career guy.
He was good enough to be in the NFL, right?
Amen.
He was on the Broncos. They go to the playoffs. They beat Chris's vaunted Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs with a fucking dime throw in overtime. Then he gets the contract with the Jets, and they ruined him.
Yeah.
They ruined Tim Tebow.
Yeah. And it was.
What is the vitriol for this guy? What is the thing with Tim Tebow that everyone hates? Oh, is it that he's super nice? Is it that he gives to charity and is actually serious about it and doesn't brag about it like LeBron James? Is it that he helps people when no one's looking? Is it that he's a ultimate professional?
Totally.
Shows up early,
Class act.
leaves late, works hard, galvanizes a team?
Exactly.
What is the hatred? Seriously. Is it because you realize that you're not as good as him and that makes you feel bad? Is that what it is?
We're looking at the camera as we're yelling and pointing these things. I was speaking with one of the partners at the practice about this, and he asked me, and I don't have an answer for this, whether or not his Christian outlook has influenced things. But it's been my impression that actually is not permeating the locker room, that he's there to compete,
Not
he's there
the
to
locker
work,
room, but
and he's there to
the
work
rest
hard.
of us.
But I wonder if, like, in the back rooms, institutional leadership or team leadership is saying things like, do we want to make a stance on, do we want that guy? But, like, I mean,
In the locker rooms, dude, all those guys are Christians. All of them. Basically. I mean, dude, like, coming from the ghetto, dude, all of those people are like major like Christians.
I think it's a beautiful thing. And
I mean, they all wear the crosses. They all wear the necklaces with the crosses.
I hope that's not the reason.
It is the reason.
I hope
and then
it's not.
combine that he gets a lot of praise for not being Patrick Mahomes, for not being Aaron Rodgers talent-wise, but gets the same recognition because
of his good personality, but being a good person.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
And
That's where we are in the world.
He doesn't deserve it.
That's where we are in the world, folks. That's where we are in the world. So, quick just shout out and acknowledgement.
Change the world.
Chicago Bulls might want to pick up
Tim Tebow
for Otto Porter Jr. But also in Florida news, what's going on with the Heat? What's going on with the Heat?
Wow. 48 minutes in. Yeah. Okay. So since we're talking about the NBA and we're talking about Florida, let's combine the two. The Miami Heat, are they frauds?
What a change
Are
from
they
last year.
frauds?
What happened?
What happened was they went from the underdog mentality to, hey, we expect something from you now. We want you to do something. We expect you to probably go to the finals again because that's what you did, right? They're not I think they might have the same. Look up their record. I think they might have the same record as the Bulls. Now, I do want to be fair to them. They've had a shit ton of injuries. I mean, none. The Dragon is out.
Yeah.
Nunn's not playing well.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buckets is now back, but he's been tweaked too. Bam's been a little tweaked, but Bam's been playing quite well. Tyler Hero obviously not playing as well.
Not playing well at all.
You know, the problem is with a guy like Tyler Hero, it's like they should have traded his ass. When his like stock was that high. Oh, I'm in a rap song.
Yeah. the moment Jack Harlow made a song, Tyler
when
Hero,
they
should have been like, we got to get this guy off the team. Like, buy low, sell high. He's an asset on somebody's book, but like.
By the way, do you realize they wouldn't trade him to get James Harden? That was the deal. Give us Tyler Hero and you'll get James Harden. Plus picks. But yeah, that was the deal.
Those were the pieces on the board.
Yeah. And they're like, no, he's in a Jack Harlow song.
We have to keep him. Maybe it was like how much do you think Jimmy Buckets had to do with that decision? You think he cared? You think he said, nah, veto that. I'm the guy.
Hot take.
I'm the guy. I don't want that on my team. I'm the guy. I bet that was in play.
Probably. They might have asked him.
I bet that was in play.
Again, going back to the GM, it's not up to the motherfucking player. You're the man. Stop making your burner Twitter accounts and say, fuck you.
Well, this is the conversation.
I have to build a championship team.
Well, this is the conversation about Deshaun Watson. He wanted to have more say in
coaching
leadership.
A say.
I realize that there's a debate there, but I would argue that they don't get a say. Like, you have to trust in the leadership to make the calls for the team. But would you look at Jimmy Buckets and go, hey, are you cool with this? And if you said no, would you really be like, thanks for nothing?
That's why I think that's the dilemma these GMs get into. They're like, well, what if he says no?
We're paying him $34 million.
That's why I think I kind of now
Jimmy
agree.
Buckets, $34
Everyone's
million.
on Deshaun Watson's side. I think I kind of agree with the GM because once you go to the player and say, hey, what are your thoughts? Then it's up to the players, the GM now.
Yeah.
It's not up to
your position doesn't matter.
You don't give them any say at all. Because once they get a say, that's a slippery slope, dude. Once the fucking employees are running management, that's not good.
Right.
You got to have someone that's good as a GM. Now, in Deshaun Watson's defense, maybe he thinks this guy's a fucking idiot, right? Which he may be. And in that case, it's like, well, you just got to find a new GM. But the GM should not be consulting the players. I would not consult the players.
I think the GM probably shouldn't consult the players.
The GM shouldn't hang out. He shouldn't be near the players. Yeah. He should be some like
separated
fucking orb in the background you don't even know about.
He should be the architect in the Matrix.
He doesn't come on the plane
with the switchboard.
Right? I fly myself. I don't come on the planes. That's what he should be.
That's
he should be chummy with the D tackle.
And if you want to have a voice at that level, I think one of the things I would submit to players like Deshaun Watson is you're not representing yourself when you have these conversations. You're representing the players of your team
and the full organization, and the fans.
And the fans, fine. So when you go and you say, I want to say, I think what you should be saying is, I want to be the voice of the team in the say about this. And we've come together and that's a galvanizing conversation versus I would like a trade if I don't get the people I want. Because then who ranks, like, what is it, Animal Farm? Like, everybody's equal, but some are more equal than others. Like,
dude, great book.
Who gets to make that call?
Do you have a beer now?
I'm gonna find something for you. So like,
I think I have some absinthe hidden somewhere.
A shot of Midori, perhaps.
A shot of Midori, perhaps.
So like, well, let's extend the example to the Chiefs. If Tyreek Hill says, I want to talk to the GM about a decision, and Mahomes says, I want to talk to the decision. I want to talk to the GM about a decision. To your point, like, you can't field all these voices. It's not a democracy.
You shouldn't talk to anyone.
I'm gonna get some drinks.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take over. You should not talk to, as a GM. By the way, this was all in Moneyball, too, with the Oakland A's. He didn't fly with the team, and I think that was a great idea. The GM should be separate from everyone and should not talk to people. I mean, they should be afraid of the GM because that guy makes the deals. That guy works for the fucking Texans, right? Ryan Pace works for the Bears. He doesn't work for Mitch Trubisky. He doesn't work for Akeem Hicks. He does not work for even Allen Robinson. As much as I would love, and everyone's clamoring, let's get Allen Robinson a contract. If Ryan Pace knows what the fuck he's doing, and he says, no, I'm not going to give Allen Robinson a contract because Allen Robinson is not worth that contract to me, then that's what you have to do. I'll take it straight up. I was telling Sean how I want my bourbon at 11:30 in the morning. How I want my rum at 11:30 in the morning. What'd you put in there then?
That was just a dash of orange liqueur, just to make it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a dash then. Yeah, I'll take a dash. So as far as the GM goes, look, you're gonna get heat, right? That's part of the job. Let's bring this back to the Chicago Bears. You got to make a cap work, and you got to bring a team, especially in Ryan Pace's position, because he's about to get fired. If they don't do well this year, Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are going to get fired.
He did his visor.
I would have fired his ass after the Detroit game, but again, I'm a fan. It's not up to me. And my God, we never touched on this. Great press conference, Bears. Bunch of fucking idiots. I mean, you, me, and Chris and Travis could have held a better press conference. Talk about no answers. You have no answers. You've had a full season to assess. You've had a full season of research. You've got full teams on this, analyzing data, and you come to a press conference and say, hey, we've made some good steps. No, you haven't. You haven't won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, where? The record's
what
not
are the
better.
steps?
The record's not better. What are we talking about?
God damn it. Same thing with the Bulls. They've been 2 years out for 4 years now.
We have an algorithm. It's working.
I love the Billy Donovan hire. Let's see where it goes. But at a certain point, you can't just be like, for the Bears, hey, we're happy just making it to the playoffs. What are we, the fucking Browns?
Speaking of the Bears, Sam Darnold?
Where we're happy that we made it to play the Chiefs and we're fumbling it at the goal line.
Oh, that was
Is
brutal.
that what we are now?
That was
I
terrible.
thought we were a championship organization from fucking 1923 or whenever the fuck we started.
Check your levels. Check your levels. Brian, edit his levels.
Edit my levels.
So, little Costa Rican rum with a dash of Matilda orange liqueur. Cheers.
Matilda.
Happy Saturday.
Another great movie.
Really good. Remember that? When they drugged the chocolate cake?
Yeah. God, that was kind of an evil movie.
That was that one kind of, I think my parents were like,
Remember?
this is where I wonder.
She like made the kid eat the chocolate cake until he almost
Oh,
died.
that poor guy.
Yeah.
You
That movie actually kind of scared me.
You
when I
couldn't
was
make
younger.
that movie today.
Because like then like when she's in the house and like she's like listening and like trying to find the kid and kill the kid. By the way, trying to murder a child at the end of Matilda.
Yeah, you couldn't make that movie today. It's a little too controversial. But anyways, Sam Darnold to the Bears. We're not getting Deshaun Watson. It's not happening.
I need to recalibrate.
That's what the rum's for.
Oh,
Bring you down a
here
little
it
bit. Drink your medicine. It's a good thing you had me here.
That's quite good.
good
I haven't had
stuff.
rum in a while.
Good stuff.
So, yeah, according to Field Yates, dude, and he waited till that was his last team that he filled in, and he said, I think the Bears will get Sam Darnold. Now, congratulations, you just got Sam Darnold. I like how these teams think like we get that guy, and then every one of the rest of our problems is solved.
It's all going to get better.
We still need an offensive lineman. We still need a full fucking plan on offensive line. We haven't signed Allen Robinson. We're going to franchise tag Allen Robinson. But, so Sam Darnold, let me bring up the stats here. Sam
because
Darnold.
You're talking offensive line here. This is exactly what he's used to.
So you want to give Sam Darnold a chance, right? The Jets offensive line, and you're saying, oh, wait a second, Sam Darnold never had a chance, right? Because Sam Darnold was on the Jets, who allowed QB pressure in 2.5 seconds or less on 28% of their dropbacks, according to the Power Football Index. which was the worst rate in the NFL. Their best wide receiver, Jamison Crowder. Okay. That's a good excuse for Sam Darnold not being good if you want to bring him to the Bears. Come on to the Bears. What are we have the best offensive line? What do we have? Tyreek Hill? Did I fall asleep and we traded for Tyreek Hill? We don't have fucking wide receivers. We don't even know if Allen Robinson's going to be back. What's Darnell Mooney, our number one wide receiver? So, hey, let's get Sam Darnold. Let's pull him away from that terrible Jets situation and put him into this amazing Chicago Bears situation. It's going to be the same result. Get the line solidified in the draft. If you want to get fucking Derek Carr, do it. But Sam Darnold, he makes so many mistakes. He from his own mouth said, I'm seeing ghosts out here.
Not what you want to hear your starting quarterback say.
I don't want to hear you fucking say that, dude. Seeing ghosts?
Well, that's just it. It's like
you're already hearing footsteps and you're 25.
And this is why I'm convinced you, Chris, Travis, and I could run an organization, because how does the Bears leadership look at each other and go, let's put this guy who is struggling in an identical situation here, add what I would call probably a more aggressive and angry Twitter fan base, because Chicago is brutal with these teams.
No, not more than the Jets. Dude.
Really? You think so?
Not more than the Jets. The Jets are fucking brutal. Chicago's close.
I rescind my statement.
Chicago's close. So New York's New York, right?
Attempted.
With a bunch of dudes like this stuck it away.
So they're gonna do this, and they're gonna go, but this time will be different. It's like, well, hold on. No way.
It's not different. Actually, dude,
fix the weaknesses. Don't fix start at the worst aspects of the team. The O-line, give the guy time. Get your guy someone who can hit targets. And then in a year or two, see what's coming up in the market and go from there. Doesn't make sense to accelerate that timeline. I mean,
by the way, another hot take I got. It's all about organization, dude. The same point I have about the offensive line and the weapons and everything else. By the way, the Patrick Mahomes you saw in the Super Bowl running around like a fucking chicken without his head, that would have been the Patrick Mahomes on the Chicago Bears.
Every game.
Every game.
Every week.
Because the Chicago Bears can't block. I don't care how good you are as a quarterback. What's Patrick Mahomes going to be throwing Matrix style 16 games a week?
That guy was trying to make lemonade.
16 games a year?
16 games a week?
God,
definitely not.
What new NFL schedule? Breaking news. 16 games a week.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, like you don't have the line. So it doesn't matter if we would have drafted Patrick Mahomes, because he would have been running around just like he was in the Super Bowl.
I think that's been
He's better than Mitch Trubisky. I would like to state that for the record, because these fans and these fan groups can't understand a fucking reference. They're just like, oh, you just said Mitch Trubisky is better than Patrick Mahomes. No, I'm saying Patrick Mahomes from the Chiefs wouldn't look like Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs if he was on the Bears. He would look like Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, running around like a fucking idiot.
This is something I talked to my brother about, which is you want to have a dual threat quarterback where the ability to run and be mobile in and out of the pocket, get outside the hash marks, get upfield, reach for those first downs is an option, not a necessity for your game plan. And I think that's the problem. It's an
option.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Jets drafting mobile quarterback, or with the Bears trying to get a dual threat quarterback. And, when running becomes your bailout rescue plan, but the rescue plan is in play half the downs of a game, that's not why you want a mobile quarterback. You want a mobile quarterback to confuse defenses, implement different schemes, expand the opportunities here.
Completely agree.
But instead we say, well, we'll sacrifice on the O-line. We're going to get a mobile quarterback, so he'll get around things. It's like you don't want the guy thinking. So my dad was a quarterback in high school, and he said I was as big as my offensive lineman, and it's like he had no one to protect him, and that's a very different level of play. But the concept, I think, stretches. You got to protect the guys.
Yeah. Look. Mitch Trubisky would probably be a failure no matter what, right? Although
sorry, Mitch.
Although we thought we had our franchise quarterback when we played the Eagles in the playoffs. Remember, everybody was like, "Oh, we have our guy.
We found him. Diamond in the rough. We found him.
Not me. I watched that game and was like, oh no. I was like,
trouble.
Just because of the decision making, some of the decisions he was making was not, I could see. Like, the fucking Facebook groups can't see, but I can see. Check out this situation I retweeted. Trubisky goes to New England. New England and Tampa Bay face off in the Super Bowl. Odds of this happening? Extremely minimal. But it'd be funny and depressing to see. I said minimal. With our luck, it's a guarantee.
Right. Well, so does that mean, oh God, I mean, can Belichick fix Trubisky? I don't think so.
I don't think anyone, if there could be anyone, it'd be Belichick.
It'd be him.
Yeah. Although he's a defensive guy. Again, I think we give too much credit to these guys.
Talent first.
His last podcast, yeah. Tom. It's turned out Tom Brady was the guy.
Tom's it.
It turns out, and by the way,
and that avocado tequila.
Back to the LeBron from the logo. Brady going to Tampa Bay and trying that was the overreaching confidence that works out.
But he got it. That's what's crazy.
And he's a god now. If you fail, I'm telling you, dude, if you would have fucked up in Tampa, not if they made the playoffs, you're still going to be like, wow, Tom Brady's fucking the man, right? But if he would have gone to Tampa and sucked, then people would, the whole narrative, that was such a huge risk for him to do.
So different.
Because the narrative would have been like, oh, it was Bill.
It was Bill the whole time.
Yeah. Or oh, he can't win without that system, right?
Yep, exactly.
So that's a huge risk. That was Brady pulling up from the logo, dude. And he made the shot. He didn't airball it like LeBron did.
Let that hang. Great analogy. So if you're someone like Brady and you get to Tampa Bay and you do this, what's next? What's the next half-court shot?
No, that's it, dude. He made it. That was like making a half-court shot in the NBA Finals Game 7.
I think it's going to the Bears.
Dude, if he could win on a second team outside of New England.
At the age of 50, just throwing dimes downfield.
Dude, he was in between coming to Bears. Tampa, Bears.
I didn't really believe that.
Yeah, I think
that was all just local
fake news. Everyone knows. I don't know. That's what the news was. Maybe it's not. Like, hey, I want to go from one super cold city to an even colder city. Who has Matt Nagy?
Speaking of, what's going to be the Sunday Punch Sports half-court shot? What are we going to do to either like burn or make it big? I think casting publicly in the park over the summer is a 3-point shot. I don't think it's a half-court shot.
That's just a 3-point shot.
That's a 3-point shot.
When we start casting in the middle of Michigan Ave, that's the logo.
That's the logo. Huge. If we can get a permit for that, that would be cool.
I think it'd be better if we just set up the camera started. We're gonna get kicked out, but the video of us getting kicked out would be good. See what I'm saying?
That would show up on local news.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Local podcasters. Oh, that would be dangerous.
Yeah. Well, we're eventually going to be. You want to get into us getting banned, dude?
It's only a matter of time. The fuse is lit.
The fuse has been lit. We were talking about this last night. It might come sooner than we think because this Texas podcast with Mike and Matt is going to be outrageous, insane.
When we're shooting guns across the lake,
when we're shooting guns on camera and encouraging 16-year-olds to do it, I don't see how we don't get banned. But yeah, I've thought of a couple different ways where we will, and this is all going to happen. It's just which way does it happen?
That's why we're getting the lawyer now.
Sunday Punch podcast will get banned either because we're insensitive. I'm insensitive. 2, you go to space.
That'd be a good reason to cancel. I'll just cast from the moon.
That's true. You go to space, you need to bring me back. Otherwise, I go insane. So people would just not tune in. Fair. I would go into a dark spiral. Although I could hire a Bizarro Sean. Who knows?
Who lets you run a little bit longer. Yeah. Gives them more leash.
We get banned. You go to space. Or we become super successful.
Yeah.
And the success, although intoxicating destroys us
I
somehow.
I told Adam this week in reply to one of the email conversations, which if you want to get into might be interesting, with the conversation with Valentine, that I was going to take out a life insurance policy on him if we keep soaring in this regard.
Oh, yeah. So Denzel Valentine, I'm a creep. So I went to his Instagram. Can we bring her up?
Yeah, I'll get her.
Okay. I went to
Is that okay? Should we, though?
Yeah, let's do it. Again,
she'll get some follows.
This might get banned, I'm
on it.
I might talk to, hey, Kaylee, Conifer. You're going to find out who that is in about 5 seconds, but I want to say it out loud before we get her up. Kaylee, Conifer, come after me. Talk to my lawyer. Talk to my lawyer. So I went to Denzel Valentine's. Do you have the picture from your phone? Because I want to prove that I posted that comment.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Because it was an email.
She deleted it.
It was an email.
Okay. So Denzel Valentine of the Chicago Bulls follows only a few women on Instagram.
How many?
5 to 10. Let's put it out there.
It's coming up here.
There she is. And so I'm scrolling through. I don't know how I got it. And I probably followed a lot of people on Denzel's just to Denzel Valentine. Why do I keep calling him Denzel Washington?
I know.
Denzel Valentine came out with a rap album. And so that's how I ended up on his page, by the way. Because I was messaging Denzel Valentine. I said, hey, can we play your rap song on the end of the podcast?
Right.
No answer. So I went to a couple of his followers, and I just randomly clicked follow on a couple of them, hoping that they would see and then be like, oh, it's a fucking 1 in a million shot that he sees it and lets us play his rap song. But that was my plan. Anyway, so then I find this Kaylee Conifer girl post, and she's very beautiful girl. And I commented on her thing because she only has 1,000. She's on Sunday Punch level. She only has 1,000.
Let's help each other out.
She only has 1,000 followers. I was like, let's help each other out. I post, as you can see here on the screen, I said, come on the cast and tell us why Denzel Valentine follows you. She then deleted that comment, which only leads me to believe
there's some action.
There's some action going on with Denzel Valentine and Kaylee Conifer. Now that's Kaylee, Kaylee _ Conifer, Confer. You should check her out. Now I then commented, go up to what she posted. I want to show, because I want to tell the full story
right here,
because I want to give her the most. Go back.
Go back where?
Yeah, go the full. Damn it. You can't see what she posted. She said, you're not fully dressed each day until you put on your smile. That was the comment on her photo.
She's got a great smile.
So then, after she deleted my comment, I took it up a level. And I said, if every day
this is why you need me in your daily life, at your side constantly.
So she deleted that, and I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. She didn't want me to say anything about Denzel Valentine, that's fine. So then I thought was a very complimentary comment saying, if you're not dressed until you put on a smile, I'm going to need you to stop smiling. And could you believe it, Sean? She deleted that message too.
Essentially saying,
I want to see you naked.
Right? I went back to the Peregrine Falcon to save for Kaylee. And she deleted that too?
She deleted that too.
What a nice thing to say.
So this is the video that I will clip and advertise around where Kaylee lives, which I found out. Kaylee, come on the cast. Explain why I am wrong and a bad human, and then explain the first comment. Why does Denzel Valentine follow you?
They might have an unspoken agreement about we don't But they're followed publicly. So
Well, you've caught my. By the way,
you found it. No
if
problem.
she never deleted the comment, I would have moved on. I would have been like, oh, she didn't respond. Yeah, I would. That would have been like the last thing on my mind. The deletion of the comment. You have now become my personal project, and I will continue to follow this situation for the next year. So either come on, or I'm going to continue making clips like this.
I just want to say,
It's blackmail.
I can already see. Counselor, could you read that back to us? You have become my personal project for the next year. It's blackmail. So take a moment before you move on to clarify what you really mean, which might be that. I don't know. It is
what I mean. You want to hire a lawyer and take me to court? Money means nothing to me. If you watch episode 1, I want to burn it in a wheelbarrow. So why don't you go ahead and take me to court? Let's see what happens. Blackmail. It's happening to you right now.
I have no part of this.
Okay.
I have no part of that. I do want to know how she knows Denzel Valentine, though.
She hooked up with him. This is what the question was?
Drink your medicine.
Obviously. Why in the world, as an NBA basketball player, would you follow 5 to 10 girls? You opt in Chicago.
In Chicago. Locally. Peregrine.
That's not her. Kaylee and Denzel Valentine hooked up. Talk about it on the cast. Who cares? Everyone hooks up. God, we're going to see much more crazy things later when we react to Tekashi 6ix9ine's new music video, Zaza.
Is that coming up now? You want to roll right into it?
Yes. Let's do it. We're at an hour 15.
We're getting long in the tooth here.
We're going to react to Zaza by Tekashi 6ix9ine.
We're going to play it because it's like...
We're going to play it on the screen.
Oh, no.
And we'll do our reaction to Tekashi 6ix9ine, Zaza, and we'll see what happens here. By the way, and we're only doing this. We don't own this. We don't own any copyrights.
We don't own any of this.
We're only doing this because the last reaction video, which was Throat Baby remix by BRS Cash and DaBaby and City Girls,
which we cut up.
Dude, that took off. That was one of our most popular segments. So, far be it from me to remove a segment that the people love. So, me and Sean, we don't have Dirty Mike, unfortunately.
I know.
But we're going to play Tekashi 6ix9ine, Zaza. And, Tekashi, he's been going through some stuff here. I think he's in a dark place, and I'm for it.
Tekashi, to be clear before we play this was posted 21 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
It has 18 million views.
That's why they call him the King of New York. Steve, King of New York. By the way, he wants to come on again, too.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Practically 1 million views an hour. 1 million views an hour. Think about that. We're about to give him one more.
Yeah.
So
what we're going to do...
Tekashi, if you're in a dark place, let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on the cast. You're invited.
Hey,
bring the squad.
Whenever Tekashi 6ix9ine wants to come on, right here, dude. Right here. I'll set you up. I'll do a full Tekashi episode.
We got the milk.
Please.
We're ready.
We got the milk. Yeah. Dude, Tekashi. I need to find where he lives and just advertise. Tekashi, come on the cast. Anyway, let's react to Zaza.
And we have to break it up every so many seconds.
Pause and react. Hey. Pause. Clean mic.
So, initial impressions. Does he have more tattoos now? Has he added tattoos?
Initial impressions is Tekashi's got a little bit of a beard.
He's working the little,
he's growing up.
Scruff.
Tekashi is growing up. This is him growing up.
That's definitely not what's happening here.
This is him growing up. And so initial reactions, just for the audio listeners, Tekashi has some sort of house party.
Harem.
harem of a group of very, what are the young kids calling it? Thick women
with C's, 2 C's.
By the way, can I comment? I like thick women better than like the model look. Like what you just saw, I like that better than the model look. Yeah, thoughts?
Get that? Fine, great.
Fine, great, or you like the more like the skinny model-y look?
Traditionally,
you like that
singing
better.
back to Sean's history here, thinner look. Yeah.
That's why we need each other.
That's why we need
I
each
like
other.
the girls that are thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Sean likes them where you can bring them out and their minds aren't exploding.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, I like these girls. You bring them out to dinner, and people like, as you pass other tables, people are like, "Dude." Whereas Sean is like, wow, that girl is like classically beautiful.
Personality, classically beautiful. That's what I'm going
Personality
for.
type. Let's play it. Let's keep playing. Za.
You want to keep going?
Yeah. We're only 28 seconds in.
I'm just messing around.
Luckily for you, this is only 2 minutes.
I might mention at this moment that the women in the harem seem to be having the most fun of all the people in the video. Smiling.
They're having a good time.
They're having a good time.
They're having a good time. Oh, I was getting into it there. Wow, that's a good pause, dude. You want to keep going, or you just want to pause on that one?
No, we should.
There's a
keep
girl
going.
who's sucking on her finger right now in the press.
Yikes. Yikes.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Clean, Mike.
What do you think the backstory is on that cut?
No, I'll tell you what, dude. That was Meek Mill.
That was Meek Mill.
That was Meek Mill.
Didn't look like him.
He's grown up.
I like Meek Mill's music.
I love Meek Mill's music.
What they have
Remember when we were in Toronto
Dude, for
blasting?
sure.
What was that one called? What's his like most Dreams and Nightmares? Is that one?
That album.
Dude.
Great
Meek
album.
Mill is a great rapper. So they have beef. Dude.
Why?
Because Meek Mill said that Tekashi, obviously, and it is true, is a fake gangster, right? Whereas Meek Mill is a real gangster. And he was like, oh, you snitched. But he did snitch.
Oh, because of, yeah.
He did snitch, but you know what? I'm going to go out there. I like Tekashi 6ix9ine. I like his music. When I'm at the gym, I'm going to play this.
I like Meek Mill.
I like Meek Mill too.
Because, and I just want to clarify, you're not in the middle of the beef.
No.
You love them both.
I love them both, and I'll play both of them at the gym. What I'm saying is, I just think, like, people don't like, take everything else out of it. Listen to the song. Do you like this? This is getting back to the Tekashi 6ix9ine roots, dude.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, when he first came out,
That's a good
and
point.
he was Billy,
yeah. Yikes.
dude. When he's fucking hanging out of the car in the tunnel like he's the Joker.
I'm taking a life insurance policy out on him, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh man, he's in a great dark place right now. I would love to be there.
Do you think, let's get 30 more seconds.
Yeah, let's get going.
Come, are you dumb? When you see me, you better run, you got your gun. They put that nigga like a bitch that killed your cousin and your man, and you still ain't do shit. And we still screaming out, gang. Free the guys in the chain gang. Finna go insane, let it bang, bang, bang. I'm out of the shower, get out,
So, again, I think the harem's having the most fun this entire party. You got this guy down the corner. I think his job's just to throw money.
Look at that guy.
What do you think he's doing?
See, this is my.
Also, is this in a school?
This is my problem.
It looks like it's in an elementary school.
He's in like a Breaking Bad, like Jesse Pinkman dark place.
That's what this is.
And that's his living room.
That's what this is.
You remember when Jesse Pinkman was like just inviting people over and like
that's what this
like
is.
Throwing money and watching them scatter like cockroaches? That's where Tekashi is right now in his life. But I do want to get to this guy.
Yeah, who's that guy?
I don't know. Because like when you're Tekashi, you're super famous and you can look like that. What's that guy's excuse? That guy just show up to like a bank and was like, "Hi, I'd like to open a new checking account."
I think he does the work. Because Tekashi can't walk into a bank and be like, let's talk about
somebody's got to wrangle up all of the strippers, Sean. Somebody's got to wrangle them up.
Do you think that the judge who said like you're good to get back into society
watches this,
takes a look and goes, yeah, I made the right call? No chance. No chance. The person who was like, you're ready to read.
Well, I mean, the last lyric we just listened to is like, yeah, we still say gang, gang, gang. So
which is from an earlier song.
Yeah. So the whole point is like, you're supposed to like be reformed, not in the gang life anymore.
And he's like,
which he really never was. It was more of like the imagery of it. But I liked the song, Sean. Let's play it.
Wait, get out my way, I'm coming through. Boom, go get your fans up. He in the dirt, put your hands up. Dummy, like fuck a before get strapped up. It's funny, your man is never coming back. Boy, you dumb enough. Dumb or what? Ain't no flying, boy, that gun is up, don't try running up. She keeps sending me a multi-husky trying to fuck with what? Girl, I'm right.
Oh, Paul, clean mic.
oh, that's not a good time.
And we still
Gang, gang, gang. Dude, what we just saw was for me.
Getting body
grinded
type
on by that body type while she smoked.
That's your world.
That image for me will live on forever.
Very powerful.
Will live on forever.
Very powerful.
Very powerful.
I'm looking for someone who's like in the library, burning the late night hours.
What is it about that for you?
Putting it together.
What is it about?
Figuring out
I've
the
been
world.
trying to figure this out.
I don't know.
Like some guys are into that.
It's just like the effort. Like
you like effort.
But like in like
there's effort
that's
there,
not
dude.
the effort I'm talking about.
She's putting effort into that body.
There's
type.
no question.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm.
That's not what you're into.
I don't know what it is.
It's not what you're into.
And I don't make excuses for it. It's what I'm looking for.
I am into it. I'll tell you what, if anyone out there watching looks like any of these girls, hit me up. Let's get married tomorrow.
DM us on Sunday Punch Podcast.
Sunday Punch. Oh, by the way, I do want to announce that before we start. Sunday Punch Podcast is the
Formal.
Instagram handle now.
Formalized.
No spaces, no dots, no underscores. Sunday Punch Podcast. Let's play the rest.
screaming out gang, gang, gang. Look, free the guys in the chain gang, gang. Finna go insane, let it bang, bang, bang. I'm out of the chopper, get out of my way.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. Oh, wow. At the end, he says, sorry to all the dads, which I think is an appropriate sentiment.
It's an appropriate disclaimer because you got to look at that and go, what's Kaylee up to?
What's Kaylee? Dude.
And then that's what's.
You talking Kaylee Conifer?
How'd that happen?
I wouldn't be surprised. Kaylee, if you're still watching.
Leave her alone.
That's the type of video that you should definitely apply for.
Sorry to all the. Yeah.
So at the end of the video,
he's apologetic. This is where the judge is like, right call.
Yeah, right.
Right call.
Right call.
He's reforming.
Right call.
He's not reformed.
You know,
he's reforming.
Tekashi, he's growing. He's like the Bulls. He's 2 years away. He's 2 years away.
Right. This is free
At
speech.
the end, for all the listeners, Tekashi does put a text slide on that says, sorry to all of the dads.
Colon, apostrophe, left close parentheses for a crying emoji.
There you go. Yeah, it's a crying emoji. And, he's apologizing because he did have about 100 strippers at his Jesse Pinkman style Breaking Bad apartment.
What was on the? You said it was written on the wall of that place. It was like hieroglyphics.
It was gang, 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 Sean. It was gang, gang, gang.
So, despite that being a tune, we're not going out on that song.
Not going out on that song.
Because we're getting to 90 minutes. That's our usual cap. We're gonna find.
I could go for dude. You're right. We
know.
should end this one because the Texas one.
It's going to be multiple iterations.
The Texas one is going to be probably 3 hours. We'll cut it into 2.
We might just run it like a Senate filibuster. Just go for like 27 hours.
Speaking of that,
we could live stream it.
Speaking of that, did you see Roaring Kitty? They brought him in.
Yeah. He opened with, despite rumors, I'm not a cat.
Yeah, and was a cat on the thing.
Isn't that wild?
So
that guy's got nothing to lose.
Great. That's the kind of guy I want to become. Anyways, so going out on a new artist that I came across, very talented, called Brocen. Brocen. And
E-A-N.
E-A-N. Damn rum. On Instagram, that's bro.brotion. And he makes a really nice tune. It's really funky. I'm not going to lie.
It's funky.
And we're going to go out on a song called Crystal Mama. And we're just going to, the editor is going to overlay the song. We're going to enjoy it here. You'll see us jamming. You'll see us watching it. And then we'll fade out. It's called Crystal Mama. Brotion. He's on Spotify. You should follow him.
Absolutely. And Apple Music.
And Apple Music. Dude, there's so much talent out in this world.
So much. It's almost
God
like, I'm glad
it.
you find these things, because it's almost like buried, at least for me, because I'm not very good at this like you are.
There's so much talent in this world.
And you just miss it. But we should also call out his other song that we like a lot too.
Yeah, moving. Okay, so we're going to play Crystal Mama. If you do get a chance, I actually like the other song, because I've gone through the whole Brotion anthology
Real
at the
good.
gym. It's called Moving to the Ocean. Is that what it's called?
Moving to the Ocean.
Yeah. And I would highly recommend that one as well. And give him a follow on Instagram. Give him a follow on Spotify. And tell everybody you know. It's really good stuff. It's really funky. And here we go,
Let's
Sean.
play it out.
1532. She's a crystal mama, never brings that drama. She's aligned her chakras, trying to reach nirvana. Stuck in a supermodel pose in her gypsy bowl clothes. Claims that she can touch her toes and lick her elbows. She's got a wild ambition about the green nutrition. Drives with low emissions and likes the folk musicians. She drinks sour beer like a pioneer. Votes the Green Party to save the atmosphere. Her walls are draped in tapestries, and she saw all my quantities. Starting to dig kombucha tea. Can't believe what she's done to me. She'll eat a big old bag of meat snacks from the Whole Food Market. She'll lick your Himalayan salt lamp. Oh wow, gosh, golly, gee whiz. She's a crystal mama, never brings the drama. She's aligned her chakras, trying to reach nirvana. Trying to reach nirvana. Trying to reach nirvana. Yeah, she's a crystal mama.